Not bad. How many polling stations? About 20 people then?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll try this one. They should have expected us. I've no idea where we're going.
Evening.
I do believe it is.
You know we're going to go down the Parish. You know the replies to
Can I give you a copy of the agenda?
Thank you. So they don't have their own agenda here then? Hidden one.
Put them out everywhere.
Is there any hidden agendas?
Make sure you get the good side. Thank you. Come on. Cheers, mate. Left hand down.
Which one's the one in orange? I'm moving out now. I think it's orange. Is you one like this? Yeah. I wonder if they were expecting us. I don't think they were.
That's the thing gone now.
It's going on. Sorry? Sorry. I'll tell you.
Yeah, you get the noise in, don't you?
Thank you.
Is that yours? Yeah.
What was it?
Here's a pen here.
I'm alright, thank you. Do you want
They need to know that was alleged. True. Only people who are on our
And then,
they can be here. They can be here.
There's two on the left, look, it's not the first one, it's the second. Oh, this one. This one.
Sorry? So I'm just waiting for the car. Oh my God. Oh.
That's expensive, isn't it? Yeah. I'd challenge that. Jesus Christ.
I think there's some corruption going on here.
You never thought that, would you?
No.
What's kind of this? Which smells of fraud, Mickey, anyway, somewhere, doesn't it?
Well, it does.
I really look at it.
Oh, I'll raise that thing you asked me about. I will be the report. Ben is going to meeting tomorrow, and he's going to raise it then because he knew nothing about it, and he's on the, line.
That's a bit expensive for a website as well.
It is, isn't it?
He said they're going to ask for a copy of it, and then raise it because he was out.
I think we should challenge that.
Yeah, I think we should.
It has already gone.
£300 for a
The
website.
next step.
Maybe they're dealing with the corrupt county council.
Well, not for the first time, would it?
It's like keeping things out in our name as well to read it, really. So anyway, it's in hand, if you could just reassure me.
Pedo basher.
What?
Pedo basher.
That's my Twitter handle, isn't it?
It's all right, it's been done, has it? Yeah. It has.
And if they ask where I live in North York.
It's been last week. Trust us, we do not want to fall down it either. So, no, it's all right, though. Yeah, it's been done. Yeah. Is it me that's on it?
You're
You're not on it.
You're not on it.
Yeah, we're
So does that mean it's been passed? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to challenge them. There's like distinctive fraud.
Sorry for the delay. Okay, thank you. I'd like to welcome everyone to this meeting. Could I ask please, is anyone intending to record the meeting? Thank you. Thank you. And you are recording, sir? Yes, obviously. So are we, and so we have the recording as well.
Can I just ask a question on that?
Yes, of course.
I was very concerned about the filming of the meeting last month and the purposes to which it was put. I thought that the edited version that was put out with all the derogatory comments underneath, I thought that when Mr. Pickles allowed the filming of the council meetings, to which I have no objection to whatsoever, I think it's all the right thing to do, part of democracy, but I don't think he envisaged the purposes to which it appears that the filming of this meeting has been put, and I thought that both that edited version, which was meant to humiliate certain members of this council, and the derogatory comments that were placed underneath and indeed invited from other people, I thought was extremely unfortunate. I just make that comment.
I also, the meeting that was put onto YouTube, was actually a meeting of November, the November meeting. And I did write to the Secretary of State to complain about the use to which these recordings are being put, which I'm sure was not the intention of the Secretary of State. I have had a reply today, actually, Thank you for your email about the meeting of the Edwinstowe Parish Council, which has been forwarded to me. I'm sorry to hear your concerns about the filming of your Parish Council meeting. The government's intention is to improve the openness and transparency of local government bodies, including parish councils, so that local people will know how decisions are taken. And I think we have no problem with that whatsoever. As explained in the Plain English Guide, Open and Accountable Local Government, which is available, and it gives a website, anyone who wishes to film a council public meeting should be aware of the limitations highlighted in the guide. If the council is of a view that the outcome of the film does not reflect the proceedings at its meeting, which I think is our view at the moment, looking round, the council should determine how to address the issue because it is a local matter. The department cannot intervene because local councils are independent of central government and are directly accountable to their local people.
Exactly.
And I think that may be something that will need adjourning for a future council.
Good old Theresa May, she's done something good at last.
Right. Apologies for absence, please.
I'm sorry, can I ask a question?
Oh, sorry, yes.
I too saw the YouTube video, but I also saw all of the comments of which I know some of our village members were part of, that there was an intention to come and disrupt this meeting, and that a number of people from outside this area were planning on coming to Edwinstowe to the meeting with the purpose of disrupting the meeting. So I truly hope that, as I do see a number of people in here that I don't recognise, that that isn't their intention.
No, you shouldn't believe everything you see on the internet.
I think
Or
we
read.
must also recognise that the person who posted the video on YouTube must take some responsibility for that. Okay. Anyone else? Sorry. Okay, we'll go on to apologies and absence for reasons for absence, please.
Councillor Barry's sickness and Councillor Freeman is certificate of apologies.
Okay. Do we accept those, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. Disclosures of interest by members and employees, items on the agenda. Has anyone got a disclosable interest? No. Thank you. Approve the minutes of the ordinary meeting of the council held on the 12th of March. You had these some time ago. Do you agree that I can sign them?
Agree.
Control correct record. Thank you. Okay. Matters arising from those minutes, we have non-agenda. Has anyone else got any, please? No? Okay. Right, to receive questions and petitions from members of the public, can I remind you that only people who are on the electoral register of Edwinstowe, this parish, can ask questions. Anyone can attend the parish council meeting, but
I
only
thought it was a
people
public
who
meeting.
are registered on the electoral register may ask questions.
What about people that are wanting to move into the area?
You have to be on the electoral register. Could I have any indications from people who are on the electoral
According to what law is that,
Thank you.
love?
According to what law?
Yeah, what law states that anybody can't ask questions? Just for clarification. Yeah, just for clarification, sweetheart.
Is this your guidelines, or is it the county council's guidelines, or is this central government guidelines?
We're just asking for clarification, that's all.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We know that this is the case. I'm not going to put up with being...
When you know this is the case, we're asking just for
Would you like to ask
clarification.
your question? I know you are on the electoral register.
Right. Last year, the council refused to allow the democratically elected chairman of the Allotment Association to speak about the allotment situation. And he was speaking at the request of those members who had elected him. And the reason given was that they said that no one has the right to speak on parish matters if they do not live within the parish boundary and are on the electoral roll. And yet you allow a person to vote and help make decisions about parish matters when they live outside the parish, and they will stand for election and will be able to make decisions if elected about parish matters. Can you please explain where the justice is in these double standards?
I think I can answer that one actually. The justice you'll have to take up with the Department for the Environment. I can't qualify that. It does clearly state, I took the applications in myself, that if anyone lives within 3 miles of the parish boundary, which is almost at roundabout, thank you, it is, yeah, they are eligible to stand in the parish. If they have a business in, or their main place of work was in the parish, they are eligible to stand in the parish. Or if they have lived at an address in the parish in the last 12 months, albeit for a limited time, they are eligible to stand. And on those 3 counts, the person you're talking about is eligible. So that is the law. If you don't like the law, I can't change that.
Can you define the law that it's applicable to, please?
Yeah. What can you please quote the law? The acts, and we know act statutes are only act of consent anyway, aren't they?
Can we move on, please?
I shall be adjourning this if I have one more interruption.
Ooh.
I think the person who asked the question is well aware of this because Nigel Hill at Newark and Sherwood has given all this advice, and I think you'll probably find it in the 1972 Local Government Act. Would you like to carry on?
Yes, then I would like to understand why I've attended parish meetings in other areas and there's been no problem with me asking questions at all.
Yeah, we've done the same.
And when I queried this, I've been told that it's a public part of the meeting. And
They may be allowing that. That is not in our standing orders. We go by what is in our standing orders. These standing orders have been properly and duly adopted, and they are the recommended standing orders from the National Association of Local Councils, and we took advice as well from Newark and Sherwood Democratic Services. There is no more I can say. What other councils choose to do, I am not answerable for.
So may I just clarify what I've heard? And that is that you can't talk on an Edwinstowe matter if you don't live in the village, but you can make a decision if you're voted and you don't live in the village.
I'm not going to further explain. I have explained why one of our councillors is eligible to stand. I will just say that on the previous council to this, which was a totally different council, there was someone who runs a business and actually lives in Mansfield Woodhouse.
Does he sell eggs?
It was perfectly okay for him to stand, and I didn't question that because he had a business.
I wouldn't question it if we weren't disallowed speaking.
Okay, are there any other questions, please?
You say you're a democratic council, but you went against a decision on the allotments. When 3/4 of the people said they wanted the allotments to stay in the hands of the original people, and you totally ignored that.
Again, the only answer I can give to that is that you need to take that up with the Secretary of State because the decisions of those are not binding, and that is very clearly stated.
Called make it up as you go
You don't
along.
believe in democracy.
Pardon?
You don't believe in democracy.
Can I just make a point?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
But at the original parish poll meeting, there were 14 people who put their hands up. There were 40, how many were there?
48.
14 put their hands up according to the parish poll. You weren't allowed to ask for a vote for people to vote against having a parish poll. The only ones that were counted were 14 people who put their hands up. How is that democracy?
It's not.
It's a dictatorship.
Okay. Are there any other questions, please?
You can go and type one first.
You just asked a question, you haven't answered it.
Sorry. No, that is not a question. Karen.
Sorry, I think John asked the question.
Yes, it was a rhetorical question.
No,
I think,
It was a
can I
question.
just say, I think
Yeah.
people in the audience misunderstand what the parish poll was and who called it, that it wasn't our meeting.
It wasn't
The parish poll was something that was called outside the parish council.
Yes.
And we didn't answer it.
Okay.
And I'd like to remind you actually that as Parliament has been suspended,
No, you can't.
as Parliament has been actually suspended, we currently do not have a Secretary of State, so maybe you would like to answer the question.
Would you like to ask a question?
Could you please answer the question? Because we don't have a Secretary of State.
This is not helpful.
No, it's not, because you won't answer the
Okay,
question.
I'm adjourning the meeting until the interruption.
Oh, dummy's gone out.
Do you agree with that, everyone?
That's it, throw your toys out the pushchair.
I don't agree at all.
Can I ask you to obey standing orders? But what you don't know about standing orders, obey the rules. That's what you do on council, and that's what we do.
What's rules?
Tell me what rules I'm meant to obey.
No, we will ask you to leave because you have constantly interrupted. We cannot conduct this meeting.
It's a public
You're just
meeting.
abandoned it, sweetheart. We're just asking questions.
That's the problem.
We will conduct the rest of the meeting after...
Excuse me, just one moment, please. Why have you singled me out on this?
Because your Facebook issue.
Because he's a bully.
This is the outcome.
Because I shared someone else's Facebook
Wait, don't
message.
this woman.
No, but you were part of this conversation.
How do you know that? How do you know that, love? You're making assumptions. Making an assumption, it makes an ass out of you and me.
These people are adults and they're their own masters.
And you had no,
Are you
no
from this
point.
parish, you know?
asked them not
Don't point, it's rude.
I've been asking them to stay away for over a year. I just withdrew my request.
Well, you've not been asking very successfully.
Oh, we don't know.
I said you have to. This meeting is suspended until the members of the public are there.
Two people.
We can do it. The chairman.
If you're going to read it, that's right.
You should stand up and close the meeting.
I'm sorry, don't.
They'll carry on with it.
I know, but that's in standing orders. You should stand up.
The meeting will not resume.
Sorry, we can't hear you.
I think it's.
Sit down and get kettle on.
I'm not talking to you.
Can you put the kettle on then?
Somebody. You were looking this way.
I think the moment the questions issued to members of the councillors from members of the public that they don't want to address, call them adjournment to a meeting as not to address it is not a wise move, it's a runaway.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
We're asking for where your guidelines come from. and
That's all.
made up, by yourselves to squash any challenge issued to you from what I
Nobody's
can
asked
see.
an unfair
You want to set
question. You've not
representation
answered
on
one of
social
them
media,
at
so why
all.
not give yourself one?
Not answered a single question.
Sitting there with Rob.
Don't you like it when people come and support people and they stand up to the bullies?
Yeah, exactly.
I actually make meals out of bullies.
You're not allowed to bully people all the time, and that's so you can't meet
Free walking. Yeah, call the police.
What for? What for?
Yes, you can.
What for? We'll call them.
For disturbing the meeting.
But who's disturbed the meeting? You've ended it, sunshine. Not us. You're spat your dummy out because you don't like questions.
The public can ask questions whatever they want.
Yeah. And you're public servants, you seem to forget that. Not serving yourself, you serve the public.
You can't do what you want. You can't just do what you want.
That time's finished. That time is over now, sunshine. Everybody's accountable. And this is why we're
Saw
here.
you on the video, hey,
Yeah.
and you had gestures. Yeah, you.
Mm.
Yeah, you know what you did.
It's just disgusting, that is.
Yeah, just hang your head in shame and turn away.
And then you're going to be moaning about what's happened on social media when you're making yourselves look like this.
Should we carry on with the meeting? Should we sit down and carry on?
If what you were doing wasn't wrong.
You're not dictating what we're going to do.
Well, I'm not dictating
The
anything.
meeting will resume when the members of the public have left.
Sit down then, mate.
Hang on.
That does not fit in with the LGA as to why you can excuse.
So you're going to resume the public meeting when the members of the public have left? That's not
So you
going to
guys
happen.
stay back there, please.
Dennis.
Okay, all right.
Sorry, I'm not staying.
In that case, I'll just go ask the members of the Parish Council. Do you agree that we close this meeting?
Yeah.
I do.
Thank you. Meeting closed.
When's the next one, please?
We'll be back. You should expect us.
You talk about democracy.
Show us your democracy. Show it us.
And I hope you're very happy.
No, I don't.
Oi, what is that into?
Wait for this. That seems like a threat.
You have to leave that as well.
On camera, another threat on camera.
These people are adults. They can come where they like.
You can make excuses.
I don't want anybody making excuses for me, thank you very much. Excuse me. It's not ourselves.
Pauline,
Kids like you.
Sorry?
Better things about kids like you.
What's that supposed to mean, sir?
Common sense.
What's that?
You should know better yourself.
Yeah?
Not. Are you okay to check? Yes, we've got to go for you.
Have a nice day.
No, you've got to.
You'll close the meeting.
Mind what was being put on YouTube, because it wouldn't be so shameful, would it, dear?
That's why you're running and hiding like sewer rats.
It's all the biggest one around here.
And if they're all not the truth, do you not like the truth?
And the people that do the videos can't control the comments underneath them. I'm sorry, it's YouTube.
It's like that.
They should behave yourselves.
Councillors do that and that in a public meeting.
Yeah, you should behave yourselves. How old are you?
Can't speak. And that, yes. Did you just see that?
No, what?
Did you get that on camera? Thank you.
Who is it?
Put it on then.
What's your name, Lisa?
No comment.
That's Andrew.
Oh, this goon here.
Yes, he is. He's a councillor. Andrew George.
Andrew Wright.
Good.
As far as I'm concerned,
Well, it's-
people
you have
have a
to
right to
listen.
do as they...
I am a private person in this, and I can say it to
And you're not the chair of Edwinstowe United.
Are you a magistrate while you stand there?
He's acting
No,
as
you're
one.
not. Are you?
Okay, may I ask a question? Do you approve of this behaviour?
What behaviour?
Your behaviour.
You're the biggest
Nobody's looking for
I don't approve of your
I don't give a
behaviour.
shit whether you approve or not. I will say to those of you who are here, you have had a very one-sided perspective of this parish council.
Well, that's why we're here. That's why we're here.
You forget there are about 10 recordings of you lot.
person in this village you are.
Pardon? Could you repeat that? Camera, please.
Very vicious.
You've probably already got that.
Ridiculous. Wow.
Oh, vicious.
You don't
Did
have to
you
go on
know
social
that I
media.
also brought the house prices down?
Did you really?
That was
All by
announced in
yourself?
meeting.
Sorry.
I think the people have seen what
I've
the
never
parish
seen
council
that.
are like, and everyone wants to live here. I've got it on record.
Edwinstowe's finest, here we go, look. Lining their own pockets and spitting the dummy out when it don't go their own way. And abusing people, making threats, intimidating people. This is Edwinstowe Parish Council. This is going out live as well, by the way.
30 or 40 people. Put it like that.
Oh, the police come here.
I hope they come. I hope they come.
I'm just saying that we should have bought cake. Because it's nice to bring cake and be happy. Lovely.
We've got the net piece there, look.
We're waiting to eat this.
And then that supplies and ration.
Sorry, was that adjourned or closed?
No, we've just heard that.
We can actually do either.
Well, we're just going to stop here.
Then I closed it.
We go
We can
right.
actually do either, and then when everyone's left, we can continue the business.
You can't.
You can't do that.
Yes, we can.
What, public business?
Yes, we can.
The public have to be
Behind closed
allowed,
doors.
except under very specific circumstances. No, I'm not.
What?
I've got a letter from the House of Commons at home.
Don't get fed then.
I've got a letter from the House of Commons. And the police will be here in a bit anyway, it's all right.
I'm sure they'll be pleased to be wasted the time.
Yeah, I'll bet, yeah.
Oh, it's all right. You see, you don't have brains of your own, you follow my lead.
I have no
Strange
dealings.
the way they've only issued questions when they weren't answered.
I just don't like injustice.
Moved along.
No, I don't either.
Don't like bullies.
I'm going off the end back.
Yeah, well,
Well, we've had 15 months of
There's
it.
judgment.
And Friars Park had 2 years then.
I spent the last 12 years dealing with bullies at the city and county council, so don't tell me that.
You're a professional at it then, aren't you?
Yeah, I've probably a lot more famous than what you'll ever be,
Well,
darling.
that's fine, I don't want to be famous. This is yours.
What?
Where's your money out?
Just say so much.
My money will be worth a lot more than
I'm
you'll
being
ever see
challenged
me.
by your
Where is
councillors
it
to
then?
justify this lot being here.
Yeah, when she's got a square table in front of her, representing like the people facing her against her, she's going to hold her voice.
And that-
But when she's got
that's
people
because
behind
you
her,
can't-
she's going to comments that issues to her to shut her down and suggest and slander in front of the other members of the public. She is meant to go to her and just show.
Every time I have opened my voice, it has been taken out of context and turned back upon me. Every time. And I have, remember, I've been recording this since well before August. And I've got all those recordings unadulterated.
But they're not what they're
is that for us?
Do you want us to put the full 2 hours on the internet then? No. Mr. Pickles says you can blog, tweet, you can do anything you like and use it how you wish.
To misrepresent.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's recorded in its entirety. How can it be misrepresentation?
So all these little snippets from Parliament are misrepresenting then, are they?
No.
They're only snippets like yours is.
You talk rubbish.
On Facebook and the YouTube videos that you
We talk rubbish.
No,
You
they're
talk a
not.
load of rubbish.
The dialogue that goes with them is not mine.
was said.
The dialogue is
And
just
in fact,
personal
what
opinion.
was interestingly from the community of Edwinstowe, people didn't have a problem with
That's where you're wrong.
Well,
That's where you're
I
wrong.
looked at how many elections.
You don't get my phone calls.
Do you think we're here because you're
Or email.
What are you laughing for?
Unless, of course, you're listening into them.
I just wanted to say to councillors, we are representing people and
No,
everything.
you're not.
Well, time to start doing it then, love. Not representing yourselves.
You don't represent anyone who speaks out and asks questions you don't like.
Well,
You have
it'll
to.
come next month,
Come
won't
next
it,
month,
whether
won't
they
it?
want
They'll have
to
enough
sign
votes,
it
it's
up.
a re-election.
And you know there is not enough people to stand against you. You know
Whose
that.
fault's that?
The reason is
Whose
because...
fault's that? I'm
You want
asking
So
me
you
to
make it-
answer? Would you like me to answer that? I'll tell you why. Because people have come to me and said, don't do it, Sheila. I did it and they made my life hell and they'll make your life
Love the
hell.
rubbish.
And I can give you names of people.
Load
who've
of
done that.
rubbish.
I'm sure she
Yeah,
makes
you talk a lot.
Yeah, you do and all,
I'm
sweetheart.
on the council 30 years and I've never heard such rubbish from a woman
Your body
in my
language
life.
there.
So that's why Mr. Peck was down the high street slandering
I'm
a
nothing to do with
candidate
Mrs.
the other
Mrs.
day.
Beck. I'm a councillor.
Mr. Peck was down the high street slandering a
Mr. Peck,
candidate.
me.
It certainly wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Mr. Beck, no,
I'm
rule
sure,
Yes, it
me.
was.
I'm sure
Nobody
Councillor
rules
Peck is
me.
very careful about what he says.
Yeah, I bet he is.
Sure he is.
Nobody
Is he
rules
well
me.
trained?
but
Yes, it's a magistrate.
Yeah, they
Yes.
Well, I've said it all. They're all corrupt them as well anyway, aren't they?
It's your light on your phone, I think.
Oh, sorry. I didn't even realise that was on, sorry. I'm not very good with these.
I'm not very technical.
That's it, it's gone off now. So have you got videos filmed that you filmed where you...
I've got videos going back to August. I've got audio recordings going back even before that.
Were they as helpful as that meeting that we were talking
Oh,
about?
if I could get into them, they probably would be.
Well, I mean,
I only gave one
as
away.
democratic and that.
Yes.
Yeah. And then maybe you should put them all up then, if their issue is the fact that you only put that one up.
In actual fact, maybe we should put them
How
all
far
up.
have you travelled to?
I can give them all.
I'm obliged to answer that question.
How far have you
I'm obliged to answer that question. I'm obliged to answer the question. Oh, wait, rattle your cage.
Andrew. Just trying to survey this.
questions and, you know.
Well, I was interested question, I guess. It's how far you travelled today.
I just said I'm not obliged to answer that question. Well, thank you. I'll decline not to, sweetheart.
When you keep spouting about the parish poll only having 14 people,
Well, you know, what conversation?
you forget that the by-election only had 2 people and cost 3 times as much and didn't have many more votes and had less votes per house.
That old Billy?
And less votes
fire
per
engine.
house.
All right.
They must have thought it was hot in here.
There
Yeah.
was a by-election just
There's a lot of bullshit going about in here, okay? It's getting slippery.
$665,000. And only 2 people called that, rather than let somebody be co-opted. And there was only 50 people an hour went through that, and there was 70.
Don't touch me. Do not touch me. Do not. This is assault. Get off me. Get off.
That is not allowed.
For the benefit of the camera, he's just leaned on my knee, come right up to the camera. But I can still got a Zoom works up fine without coming standing close, friend.
That is assault, Andrew.
And it's on video.
I think considering how intimidating this is.
Excuse me, nobody's assaulted anybody in here apart from a member of your...
I suppose that rather depends on whether being filmed.
Being filmed is what?
Live.
Is that assault?
Get what, sir?
It's not.
Is that a threat? Are you threatening me, sir? It's on camera.
Actually, before you do so, can you tell me what it is? You're being filmed. all
Don't
the
threaten
time.
people. Nobody's threatening you. Just you spitting your dummy out because you ain't got your own way.
Being filmed.
Because you can't conduct your corrupt business. You spit the dummy out and you can't. And the meeting has been ended. Nobody. You've ended your own meeting. Nobody else has ended it.
It doesn't have to answer.
Oh, dear.
It doesn't have to answer.
What's the answer?
What?
What's the answer?
To what?
You asked the question, what's the answer?
What? I don't know on about.
What are you talking
What are you on about?
He wants to play video.
He's talking rubbish.
Yeah, he's already assaulted this
I
gentleman.
wonder if he's been on drugs or been drinking before the meeting. It's on camera. It's 2 cameras.
All the members over there need to go.
Margaret Thatcher said that we have a right to be at our parish council meeting.
It's amazing
and
we
we
have the right to be here.
No, but you're going to open it again the minute we
No,
walk
we're
out.
not.
You said you had.
We'll go on camera that you said that.
I adjourned it.
And then you closed it, and then you said we'll open it when the public's
The
done.
secretary, whoever she is, that lady, just walk it through their statement.
We have the right to do it in without public being intervened.
My only anniversary is about a
Wait, we'll come back. We'll get my camera. Go on, come
It's
on.
got to be national security. No.
Right, so you're a magistrate, aren't you?
So
Are you a Freemason?
the issue is
Sure,
that they don't understand the law sometimes.
There's a lot of you
You know,
like
county
that.
councillors all over the country are practising council business without a knowledge of the laws. So when somebody says, "Can you tell me what act that is?"
If I get someone there
They
to
have
say,
no background to be able to answer it.
It's the one you got to, how can somebody outside the parish, on matters within the parish, when people
Thank you.
never have been in a Freemason, never will, but they can understand there's
No, no, I thought
Thank you.
I thought the chair answered that question. No.
Good evening.
She answered it. The law of this country says that a parish council.
Well, the police woman, she actually acknowledged that this is a public meeting.
Yes, I know it is.
Not confined to,
National security and private matters are the only ones. There's only 3
we have city council in Nottingham using national security clause as part of these files.
to hide the pedophiles, yeah.
And I can tell you that in fact.
And he's working his way to get the house back into the parish. So he's talking about an outsider trying to
Power Ranger.
You see what I mean? So when you hold that down, you know, just one comment. will incite all the others to do the same.
I'm surprised he's not a Freemason.
Oh, I am.